Tomorrow is August 1st, which means new LEGO sets are going to be released, and I had to have them. So I set my alarm to an hour that is unknown to the youth and hopped on the road the next morning to the LEGO store. Alright everyone, it's about 6:30. I just pulled in. Doesn't look like anyone's there. We're gonna be first in line. Even the security were after those new sets. I made my way to the mall entrance where the wait began. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't exactly realize what I was getting myself into. Alright, so LEGO store doesn't even open until 10. We're gonna be here for about 3 hours waiting. I considered bailing out right then and there, but I remembered all the awesome new sets coming out, so I had to stay strong. The 4 sets I wanted to pick up were Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter, the Scythe, the Justifier, and most importantly, the ATTE. I've always wanted a LEGO ATTE because I missed out on all the previous versions, and it's the very first set ever to include a Phase 2 Commander Cody minifigure. In the meantime, my patience were finally starting to pay off. Alright everyone, they finally let us in. Second person in line, Jared, he's the man. What's up? We're headed to the LEGO store right now, which wouldn't even open for another 2 hours. So we did some investigating to see what new sets they already had on the shelves. Oh, you're right, dude. But then we noticed something more terrifying than LEGO Princess Peach.
So sad. No ATTE.
Wait, what? So it turned out that the most hyped set of the entire summer was delayed. And no matter how long I waited in line, I wouldn't be able to buy it. But I would have to attend to that issue later because there were still 3 other sets I needed to acquire. It is almost 8 o'clock. We have 3 people in the line. In the meantime, the first LEGO employees arrived at the store, only to keep us locked out and tamper with the new sets. People were getting desperate. Another hour had passed and the line was now enormous. And we still had to keep our sanity intact for 1 more hour. Yeah, I support that. Who asked for that?
It was an idea set, right?
Was it? Oh yeah, you're right. Maybe people did ask for that. But then the LEGO employees came out and did their own investigation to find out what sets people were after.
Definitely going for the Justifier, then a Scythe, Obi-Wan Kenobi Starfighter. I think we're good, yeah.
And with that information, they graciously reserved the sets for us. Nice, thank you. All that was left to do was march in there and buy them. And once again, my patience paid off because they let us into the store 15 minutes before it opened.
We're gonna start getting the line moved through, so we're gonna do a few at a time.
Let's go. Inside, we saw so many awesome new Star Wars sets. They had BD-1, Brickheads, and this other set that wasn't all that exciting. They had all the new Ninjago sets too, and the Sanctum Sanctorum. After depleting my bank account, all the new sets I wanted to pick up had been acquired. All except for one. The ATTE. And even though it was delayed, I was convinced that at least one store had it. After all, it wasn't announced that the set would be delayed until fairly recently. Not to mention the set has been available in other countries for weeks. If there was one out there, I had to find it. First, I went to a local toy store. I thought I would have the best chance there. Strangely enough, they had a retired LEGO Star Wars boost kit there, but last I checked, that's not an ATTE, so I had to move on. My resolve for LEGO sets has never been stronger. Next up was Best Buy and Walmart. This place is absolutely packed. I hope they're not all going to the LEGO section. As for Best Buy, they were just opening the store, so they probably had just stocked the shelves full of fresh new sets. Or so I thought. Bro, what selection is this? And somehow, Walmart's selection managed to be even more depressing. Guys, I think this is the ATTE right here, and this is the Justifier. Things were not looking good. I had been to 3 stores and found no trace of the ATTE, or any of the new LEGO Star Wars sets for that matter. But there was one other store that I hadn't checked yet. This is our last chance. But it was also my best chance, because unlike other stores, Target is much better at putting LEGO sets on the shelves as soon as they're released. And if they didn't have it, waking up super early, waiting in line for hours, and checking several stores would all be for nothing. My heart is pounding right now. So as it turns out, LEGO really did drop the ball on the new ATTE, but I still managed to snag some pretty cool stuff. So first off is the smallest set I bought. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi's Jedi Starfighter. I've been collecting the Jedi Starfighters ever since 2008. So I was kind of obligated to buy this one. And besides, it's a pretty cool set, and it comes with the first ever Kaminoan minifigure. And then this isn't one that I bought, but they actually gave this to me as a promotional gift. I think you had to spend $140 to get this, so in that case I should have gotten two, because I spent more than double that. But honestly, this set doesn't really intrigue me that much. I just don't have the nostalgia to appreciate these kind of old school style sets. Now we've got some bigger sets coming up. So this one right here is the Scythe. This is probably my favorite set that I picked up. The ship is awesome, the minifigures are mwah. And the last set that I picked up is also the biggest set that I picked up, the Justifier. This set was so expensive. So according to Lego Logic, if this is $100 and this is $170, then as long as there's an extra 4 inches of box, that's good for an extra $70. I can already feel the buyer's remorse settling in, but I have it now, and yeah. Price aside, the set still looks really cool. I'm excited to build it and see just how big it actually is, and the minifigures are especially good.